Satva, Rajas, Tamas. I think that is better than the cooking thing. Okay, now Arjuna asks this question. कैर्लिङ्गैः त्रीन् गुणान् एतान् अतीतः भवति प्रभो किम् आचारः कथं च एतान् त्रीन् गुणान् अतिवर्तते. So now, having understood that these gunas are actually what is called as a person, so now question is, how do one transcend it? So by what sign do we know that somebody has crossed it? And how does he conduct himself in the world? And how he is able to transcend these three gunas, which is very overwhelming by itself. So he summarizes in a nice way, but this we have already covered as a part of 12th chapter. So this is what he has to say. He says, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Prakasham cha pravrittim cha moham eva cha pandava na dveshti sampravrittani nani vrittani kankshati udasinavat adasinaha gunaihi yaha na vichalyate gunaha vartante iti eva yaha avastitihi na ingate. 1 minute. Samadukka sukha swastha samaloshta ashma kanchanaha tulya priya apriya dhiraha tulya nindaha nindatma samstutihi mana apamana tulyaha tulyo mitra aripakshayoho sarvarambha parityagi gunatitaha saha uchyate. So this is what Krishna has to say. So let's go one by one to understand. It's not that we have not so he says prakasham. So whenever a knowledge comes to you, whether it is materialistic knowledge or spiritual knowledge, it is coming from sattva. So let's say if we are able to understand the concept, be it technology or person related or professional or whatever we want to call, that illumination, prakasham, is part of sattva. Pravrittim, if there is any activity undertaken, be it trekking, eating, sleeping or not sleeping, walking, jogging, or all kind of thinking activities, which planning and all that involved is, if the mind is involved in an activity, it is rajas. Moham evacha pandava, that is, if I believe, if right now I believe there is a thing called as office, there is a thing called as salary, there is a thing called a bank balance, and there's a thing called as career, and there are all these things. If I firmly believe, then presently my mind is in Tamas. So what this person does is, first he identifies that there is no person, but that is he himself. He is not a person, but it is a play of guna. That is, if there is knowledge is there, he doesn't own the knowledge. If there is something which is at present coming as, this is my family, as an example, then he doesn't get attached to it, he just watches that. So basically he'll start observing, which is what, again, we come back to the awareness meditation, what we discussed some time ago. In that case, what happens is, na dveshti sampravrittani. So when they arise, he does not hate. Na ni vrittani kankshati. So he doesn't long for it, or he doesn't expect them to be back when they disappear. So he finds that every phenomenon, every concept, every relationship, anything whatsoever arises and passes away. It does not stay at all. So this is what the gunas are all about. The Rajas, Tamas, Satva, they keep on coming and going. They don't stay or stick along as though that person is a 100% sattvic person or 100% rajasic and tamasic. So that would mean that this person is not escaping from life. He is just watching them as they arise and as they pass away. So then he says, if that works, meaning if that person is not hating those which he doesn't like and desiring those which he does, and if they don't come, and here that what he doesn't like do come, then that means he just watches. Then what happens is udasinavat asinaha. He is like a seated person who is unconcerned about what is arising and what is passing away. Gunaihi yahana vichalyate. He is not distracted by the gunas. Gunaha vartante iti eva. He knows that the qualities alone are coming. He is neither participating in that nor he is out of that participation. Meaning he doesn't own himself to have sattva. Just like what we are saying. Few days back we wanted to be in sattva. If I were to be in sattva, that means I am part of the guna. If I have rajas and tamas, I start hating, because as per Bhagvadgita, if I were to go, or as per Upanishadic way of living, then I need to be in sattva all the time. So I start hating those which are tamas and rajas, which makes no sense, because all the three are the same. So he knows that it is only the quality that alone is acting and no person is there to act. Meaning, if a person called a wife, which is a concept, or a person called as husband, which is a concept, a person called as a son, which is again a concept, and a daughter, 4 people are staying at home. Somebody is interested in, let us say, science, and somebody is interested in sports, and somebody is interested in literature, and somebody is interested in, let us say, outdoor activity like gardening and all that. If a person is watching all the 4 of them, he wouldn't hate that person who is doing gardening, nor he loves a person who is a literary person, nor he hates a person who is in science or whatever, or he likes or hates a person who is in sports. So this person just watches. So if that is the husband who is watching the other 3, he will just watch, looking at the gunas at play, not the person at play. That means to say 2 things are happening. One, the relationships are not there at all, because that is the truth. 2, whatever the person is bringing on board is the gunas which are coming, not the person. So gunaha vartante iti eva yaha avastit one minute. Ityeva yo vatishtati nengatehe. So he will yova tishtati, he sits there, he remains there centered. unmoved by them. So if somebody is showing his sattvic quality, he wishes him good. If somebody is showing him rajasic quality, he wishes him good. If somebody is showing the tamasic quality, he will wish him good, him or her good. He doesn't expect the sattvic to become tamasic and tamasic to become sattvic and rajas to become either sattvic or tamasic. He doesn't do that. So he acts in a very, very indifferent manner. Udasina means indifference. So basically he just watches these guna appearing and disappearing, based upon what conditions this person has or this being has. So what is he doing? That person is doing is that sometimes he's in sattvic, sometimes he's in rajasic, sometimes he's in tamasic, sometimes he's a mix of. So he's just watching that. If he does that, then what happens? Samadukka sukha avastha. So now that he is not reacting to the guna, because there is no person there. The most important thing is the 18th verse, where there is no person at all. So there is nothing called as Vilas or Bhatt or Padmasri or Lata. It is just a guna. There is nothing like a person. So there is no male and female form in the first place. And there is nothing called as bank balance and career and all of that. There is nothing called as family. Now if you were to stay in that even for a moment right now as we speak, if you think you are in that, try to do that and you will see that you will have samadukka sukha swastaha. You will never feel sukha or dukkha right now. Samalosta ashma kanchanaha. If there is a mud, you feel the same. If there is a gold also, it will look the same. Or if it is just a stone, it looks the same. Tulya priya apriya dhiraha. So firmly that person is alike to near and dear and not dear also. So he doesn't measure. Tulya nindatma samstutihi. So whether a person is being praised or is being expelled, they both look the same. Mana apamana yoho tulyaha will not measure the honor and dishonor or disgrace. Tulya mitra aripakshayaha, alike towards friend or a foe. Sarvaramba parityagi. Now this is the most important thing. As of now, we have all taken arambha. It is something in the beginning to be taken, that I need to do this or do that. Can you now, right now, drop it? Drop those undertakings in your mind. Not that you should not go and work or all that. In your mind, that restless tendencies which appear for taking on projects. If you do that, right now, you will get mukti, which is gunatitaha saha uchyate. So now you are a gunatita. Any questions?
You are telling you can just jump to mukti if you are gunatita.
Yes.
That means you don't care. You don't attach big value to this nature, because that is temporary in your life. It is that. But then where is this in between stages? Suddenly you will reach mukti. That's a journey, right?
And this is exactly what I was saying to you, that in our philosophy,
Yeah.
The last step is
and
missing.
one more question is it instantly possible to do all this? No. You have to go through the systematic process only.
Correct.
Gunatita you will be reaching after doing all that Shavanam, Mananam and Nididhyasanam.
Correct.
After a length of Nididhyasana only you will reach here.
Correct.
So this is not instant. Right now here is not possible for us sadhakas.
Why? Why it is not possible? If you can treat everything as a guna, why it
Okay,
is not
I
possible?
will. No. The thing is, so far what you have discussed is you have to go through the steps by step method to reach there.
Correct.
Now, how you can bypass all that?
No, you're not bypassing. You're accepting that there is no person there. It's only guna.
If you are in a gunatita stage, I agree. Yes, you are already in the moksha. But to reach gunatita, you have to put a lot of effort.
No, I'm not talking about gunatita at all, but I am saying that you have to consider every person is just a guna. And that is reality, right? They come with their guna.
Yeah, every person is guna. Yes, what you see in front of you, every person is having guna.
Correct. So you accept that it is not a person, it's just a guna. So the personality view is gone, right?
Yes, I can see the gunas in front of me coming. Yes.
Yeah. So now why do you want to call it by a name? Why do you want to identify the guna as yours? That's all what we need to do. All the four of us need to only do that. It's not that.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, you have to do the spiritual progress through that.
Correct.
Don't give name and fame and don't attach to that.
Correct. So now why it is difficult is my question. See, if you treat everything as
No, that is not difficult. But the difficult, gunatita is equal to moksha. That is what I think your last sentence was.
Not equal to moksha. That itself is moksha.
Yeah, that itself is moksha. Means instantly it is not possible for us to get moksha, because then that means it is instant moksha. I look at people around me, I just see them like guna only. I am not in moksha.
Why? my question.
Because it is a process, it takes time. It is not instant, not possible for me.
Yeah, so if you are able to.
If you are able to, I agree. Yes.
If your mind is in that level and if you are able to do that, then you are instantaneously in moksha. There is nothing
Then
like
yes. Yeah.
dipping into it.
No, my question.
So the question is,
Why?
yes.
Why can't you do that is my question, but what is that which is stopping?
See, for anything there is a time. Time means you have to put effort. Effort is nothing but finally converted, with respect to time for results. Effort is needed. And to put that effort, you need time.
I think you have already put a lot of effort. now,
That's
but
exactly what I wanted to tell. You put it.
If that is right now, I will leave everything.
No, you will leave. I mean,
I will go only behind this.
no.
I will go only behind this right now here.
Yeah, you do that. See, it's not that you should not attend the 9:30 to 10:30 office meeting. You attend. All the people who are coming on board are just gunas. So how does it really matter?
It's like this. See, I want to see the Mount Everest. Enjoy. Okay. And then that enjoyment is not just Mount Everest. I want to enjoy the journey. That is there. And if I go by walk, yes, I will enjoy much more this one. If I go by instantly through my, what you call, a dream, that enjoyment is different. So I don't want that dream journey going there and just realizing. I want this journey. That is what the natural process.
But you have already taken this journey in so many lives. How much more do you want to wait?
I don't know how to respond to you. I think that so far my understanding, it is not possible instantly for me. That much I know.
No, then you have to question.
And how to explain, I don't know. But yes, go to, as mentioned earlier, Siddhi, and then through the Buddhi, and drop the Buddhi, and we reach finally ultimate goal of moksha.
No,
Realization and liberation.
no.
Here you are putting everything together. Liberation, realization, everything is one. Instantly you. This is called instant moksha.
Not me. It is not me. It is Sri Bhagavan Uvacha who is doing it.
But he says, if you are atita of this guna,
No,
then you will reach.
No,
To become that.
No, but you actually misunderstood it. What he said, what Arjuna asked is, what is the sign of a gunatita? You are saying that everything is guna only, there is no person. Then how do you see a person? Right? So what Krishna is saying,
Realized people are gunatita is fully agree. That is that.
you have realized,
I
right?
am talking about myself. I am talking about myself.
Exactly. Now, in your case also, you have realized. See?
Do you think that I am a realized person?
No, you have realized that you are yet to realize, which is itself a realization.
That is right. That is right. That is right.
So, see, but you already taken the step. So, what more step you have to take is my question.
Nididhyasanam. My step is required is Nididhyasanam. Be there for a long time.
Which you are doing, right?
Yes, doing. Yes, correct. But I am not a gunatita now.
No, it is like this.
Because that binding is still there. Lot of binding with the family, with my own body, with my own goals.
No.
And suddenly dropping that may not be possible. You need a prayatna for that. That is what I am telling.
No, that is correct. I don't deny it. So, can you at least consider that there is no person? It is just a guna. Can you do that?
That, yes, I fully agree. It is only guna is coming in front of us, and we give rumana, nama, rupa, and we interact through our intellect.
Then you have done gunatita if you have done that. That is what it means. See, the person who is standing in front of me, if I call her as my wife in the mind, then I have not transcended the guna, because I don't even know that it is guna, it is wife who has come. So when the wife comes, I need to see her as just guna, play of guna, of rajas, tamas and sattva in different combinations, some percentages. Now if I treat them as guna, haven't I transcended it? Because I have transcended it from a person to a guna atita.
Yes, I fully agree. If you are able to see that, it is possible for through our mind the other person's guna, and don't react anything. And you can clearly make a difference whether that is a sattvic guna or rajasic or tamas. You can make, and you can see that okay, now same person is coming with the rajasic guna, same person is coming with the sattvic guna. Those also you will understand, because you have sakshi inside you, and that gives you some information that okay, this person is coming with sattvic or rajasic or tamasic to you, and you see that. Then you can observe also, no problem. The moment you talk, you are also a guna there now.
Correct.
And the talking as a gunatita is extremely tough at this stage, because you are doing transactions, especially in office. Family, common goal of family for growth, we are doing it. So, when I interact with the other guna through my guna, it is called manava guna then. Now what you are telling is, you is only sakshi. Don't exhibit any of your gunas. Then you watch from other side what is coming. That is a perfect dhyana or realization. If you ask me, is it possible to do? Yes, possible. Is it possible to do immediately? Maybe possible. It's called instant realization. But again, we will fall back to our normal family of all gunas.
Now my question is why?
Why? That is called moha, bandhana.
So then what is the use of doing what we are doing right now?
Because we are moving forward.
No,
One step is there every day, one step forward.
no, what you need to do is
Because earlier we had no idea of these things. Now we have some idea and we can practice, and we are practicing also, all of us, I know, 4 of us we are practicing. And that practice has to continue for a length of time. Then you will become that. It's like learning a language. Na? Instantly you cannot learn. It takes first is word, then sentence, then meaning, then writing some poet in that. Like that, you will go to next level. Once you are more or less fully understood, you are there. I think this is journey for me. But it's a very good journey, excellent journey.
But you want to have a journey, but it does not end.
Yeah, Lata, we couldn't hear.
You're not, yeah.
But want to have a journey. So even I'm also in that state only. I'm just telling that you want to have a journey which never ends, but you enjoy the journey.
No, we should have a goal. When we are going to end, when we are reaching that goal, we should have that. That is spiritual goal.
No, that's what I had asked.
That goal sometime back, no?
I had asked this question sometime back. What's your goal?
Only is the spiritual progress and hit the goal of moksha.
Yeah, so one way what Bhatt is telling is right. There are still a lot of things we have to work out. And if we are in the ready state, and if we are able to get the achieve people as Guna all the time, then you can immediately reach. But if your mind is not prepared, or your mind is not yet ready, or cleared of impurities, you will not be able to do that all the time.
Yeah, impurity is there in the mind. We have to remove step by step.
So this is also continuously you try doing it, and then it slowly get improved. That's why, yes, what Bhatt is trying to say.
Correct. That's what I'm telling.
I got it. What we 4 of us, I don't know, Padma Shri is not speaking, but otherwise, what we 4 of us need to do right now is ask the question, why? Then you'll get an answer. Don't accept that, oh, I need to do that. I think I have to go step-by-step approach, and I think time is not right and all that. Question is, why? Why do I think that the time is not right? Because what if tonight is the last I'm going to be alive? How does it
Yes,
really
because
matter?
this is not the priority first.
No, that is correct. But what if tonight, what is a guarantee that tomorrow morning we are able to see?
Yeah, correct.
See, on what grounds the 4 of us believe that there is going to be tomorrow? What is that assurance? Who has given that assurance?
No one. Nobody knows.
Nobody. Forget about dying, Lata, physically dying. When we go to sleep, what is the guarantee that we existed? We are going to get up tomorrow morning, agreeable. So when we get up, all the senses are there and we are able to recognize. But what about sleep? How sure are we that it is I who has slept? So why don't we ask that why? That's my genuine question to all the 4 of us. 4 means it includes me also. It is not only 3 of you. Now, what is that we are waiting as a journey?
We are already on the journey. No? We are already started the journey.
We started a journey from the time we have taken birth, but every sleep we are having in the night, we don't exist. There is no way we can say we exist. Or anybody, not only the 4 of us, the whole world goes off. So what more proof should we have to transcend into reality? And like what Bhatt said, that the time is not right. And what is that time then?
Yeah, so I think we have kept moksha or liberation as something which happens in the future. And that future actually is not there.
Correct. There is nothing called as future. You just think about the deep sleep state. There is no future. What future are we talking about? That I will do it in the future. So why are we fooling ourselves that I will do it in, not today, maybe after 6 months from today, or maybe after a year, or maybe after a few years, or maybe after this thing happened, that thing happens. There's nothing that you are supposed to change. Just change our perspective, the perspective what we have. That we have a relationship, we have a home, we have a stable salary and a job and this and that. In the mind, cut it off and take it just like a guna, because they arise and pass away. They are not really there. So what exists is only consciousness. So why don't we accept the fact that mind doesn't exist, only consciousness exists? Why it is so difficult?
Yeah, it was not difficult, Vilas. Everybody would have been realized by now, no?
At least we four can do it, no? I'm not worried about...
We can get right? Get right.
I agree. See, we are all trying. I'm not... So don't take my question wrong. I'm just...
No, I'm also thinking because I was telling you, right? I have, what do you say? The way I used to put efforts before, I have not been putting now. So I also keep asking that question to myself. Why I have become like that? Oh, now I got back, but for some time I was in that mode. So that why is a big question. So I'm also trying to find an answer for it. Because then I thought we think that we'll be there for a long time. There are so many things to be done. So this is something which we can do in the future, or it happens in the future. So the moment you think like that, then it becomes far away.
Yes. So, in my opinion, the first thing we need to do is this only, not anything else. Anything else can wait. Like it waits when we go to deep sleep.
Yeah.
However important it could be. Let us say my son has to get an admission in Banaras Hindu University, and I need to take him to Banaras, and he has got an opportunity. But when he sleeps and I sleep, my wife sleeps, there is no Banaras, there is no university, there is no MD, there is nothing.
Yeah, you don't even know whether you are a human, or whether you are there also, you don't know.
Exactly. So why don't we transcend? That is the reality, that you don't remember who you are when you go to sleep. There is no person there. So the question what we four of us need to ask is that why is it so hard for me that what I see in the deep sleep, I am not able to do that in a waking time? Because that deep sleep state is the reality. That is where the ignorance is. So either the deep sleep is wrong or the waking state is wrong. Either of one is really wrong, meaning really in delusion.
Both are wrong, right?
Both are wrong. And also the dream state.
So that's what, so that's what Maurya Upanishad we have gone through.
Yes. All the three states are wrong. The only truth is Turiya. So this is the question. Why we can't? So we have now become very silent. I think except for my voice, I'm not hearing anything else. India wants to know, like that we have to know why.
Vilas, you have urgency now. It has to be done because we don't know about what is going to happen to us in the next instant. No, that is a perfect goal or perfect path also. Our mind is polluted, and polluted mind, polluted with this vishayas or this samsara. So that polluted mind clearance is something is needed, and my understanding so far was it is possible only through continuous practice. So continuous practice, after some time you will reach that goal. So till then we have to practice. It may be this janma or maybe continuation of one more janma. But don't waste time for other things. Don't come back to samsara again and again. That is fully understood. And your question is, why not now here?
Yes, absolutely. Why not this
I
moment?
have understood the question, but I don't have proper response.
Okay, no worries.
Maybe purposely can answer.
Exactly, I
You're
wanted to
stuck.
trigger her. She's silent.
So that's the perfect statement by Vedic. Yeah, right now here. Bhagvadgita. Right now here is moksha.
Right, you don't have to buy it tomorrow. Have it today. Padmashri, if you can unmute and answer this question, why?
So why, meaning why we don't do it? Is that the question you're asking? Why, meaning why are we not? We know so much. Why we don't want to do that now here?
Yes.
Is that what your question is?
Yes.
Okay. I would say that that attachment is there, though in whatever form we talk about it, that attachment is there, and mind is so clear that this is my husband, this is my wife, this is my son, and my son is doing this, my daughter-in-law is doing that, my daughter is doing this. I have an attachment. That attachment is not, how much ever I say that attachment is not there, that attachment is fully not going. And as long as that attachment is there, that here and now will not come. We can only cut few attachments, meaning in this journey, what I have felt is that there are a few attachments, few strings which were connected to me, I have been able to cut. But whether I have cut all the strings, no, I have not cut all the strings. I feel I can imagine myself like this. There are a few strings coming out of me and getting connected to so many things. Meaning, I'm not talking about material, I'm talking about relationship and bondage connected to so many things, profession. Some of the things get cut, but then after some time, it is again growing. You can see that thread going towards it. Okay, so but some of the things which got cut are not coming back again. But still, there are strong ties which are still binding me. That still will be there. I do not know how to get out of it. Again, it is weak, but it is not gone. And I think it should go completely. There is no question of strong or weak. It needs to go completely. Only then it will be possible. And I don't think we are making the right effort to do that. What you are saying is right. You can do sitting here. You can still attend a meeting. You can do it. It is very difficult to get into something. And meaning I myself, I am working there. I want to work there. And then still say, I will not get connected. That doesn't happen. Because the want to work is already there. The need to work and want to work is already there. Only when I remove that want to work, and then if I'm still working, then that's a different thing. But that want to work is there. So as long as that want to work is there, that bondage will be there. Is what I feel.
Right. So now why we can't do?
No, because we still want to work, right? Meaning we want to work. We want to see to it that my husband is comfortable daily morning. I want to get up and cook and see to it that my family is getting food. All those things I want. You can say, yeah, you can still do all those things without wanting. No, it will not happen. Because if you don't want it, you will do one day, you will not do one day. But if you are continuously doing it as a duty, You're wanting to do the duty, so you're doing it. Duty is also a bondage.
Correct. So here is the answer to your question, Padmashri. It is like this. If you feel that you still want to do it, you can do it with compassion, because everyone is hungry. Either for knowledge they are hungry, and also they are hungry for food. So both are food. So knowledge is also food, and this is also food. So you can be compassionate with yourself and others and still do what you are doing. So in that way also you can transcend the reality or transcend the gunas.
You say that, but what I am saying is, truthfully speaking, is it okay if you one day you didn't do? Meaning you want to do it. You're compassionate. You want to do it, but one day you didn't do it. Is it okay for you?
Absolutely fine.
One day, say for example, in your solely, I take the example of you dropping your son to the examination at the right time. See, yes, it is an attachment. You have you go and drop your son. One day, is it okay if you drop him late? No, because you want to do it as a duty. You want to be it correct. So the moment that want is coming, whereas you compare the other people who have left the feeling of duty, but still are doing the duty, they don't have any compulsion. They don't feel that I have to do this because these people are dependent on me. They don't have that. They are doing it as a part of that, but there is no compulsion. But for me, it is not okay for me if one day I am not able to cook. Meaning, I just don't want to cook. If I'm not well, I don't cook. That's a different thing. But I simply don't want to stop cooking because I'm thinking something and it so happened that I forgot about cooking. No, it doesn't happen because that is predominant on my mind when I get up.
Yes,
So I feel duty is also a bondage.
Yes, duties are definitely a bondage. Now, the only way of liberation, and first is realization that you are not that person. So there is no personality view. That is the realization. And going on to liberation, you just have to look at the guna. So if we, four of us, practice to see only the guna, forget about whether we'll transcend it or we don't transcend it. That is not the issue. The issue on board for all four of us, or the task to be done for all four of us, is that can we see every person as just guna? Can we practice that? Is my question. Not about transcending it. Forget transcending. Can we see everyone as a guna? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, as a first step, yes, we can see that. Yeah, as a first step, yes, we can consciously keep feeling that is not my son. That is also Atma with all the gunas that are there, and I can do it, but that's still at a very intellectual level.
Correct.
I can, meaning intellectual in the sense, I'm not saying practice wise also I'm doing, meaning I'm starting to think that yes, that is the person, but still when he is in pain, you get affected. When he is, you want to see to it that he is full-time safe. He doesn't have any problems. That feeling is always there. That protective feeling is always there.
So I'll give you one practical thing which happened 2 days ago. My wife has this problem of acidity or pitta increasing, and then she had the liver functioning test that is very good, and her hemoglobin content after the jaundice was over is also okay. So but still 3 days ago she still got head the whole house started going around for her. So she was not able to get up. So then I had to take her to the bathroom and all that. Earlier, when this thing used to happen, I mean earlier in the sense that even while we were meeting and we were having these kind of discussions, also it had happened. I used to get perturbed. Okay, I used to get worried about her. So in her own admission, day before, the next day when she got up and in the afternoon we were talking, she was very happy that I was not upset. I did all that possible what is there, but I did not get upset. So the difference between the earlier way of doing, even with all of these spiritual insights and all that, versus what happened few days ago, is that I started observing that who is suffering. Yes, there is a human being who is suffering. So whatever needs to be done, and she's suffering out of karma. It is not suffering because something should happen to her, because we have eaten the same food and we have done everything the same. However, she is having this giddiness while I don't have that. So what maximum I could do was that using a meditation method, I took out, she was feeling like vomiting. So what I did is that I took out the fluid from her stomach and put it inside my stomach. And then it created a adverse reaction immediately, where I had to rush to the toilet, and then whatever she could have vomited came out on the other side. And after that, she couldn't go to the toilet, but it couldn't stop her spinning, but it stopped her from vomiting. That's a max I could do. And I did not sleep because she was awake. So every now and then I was watching her, but I did not get upset on that I could not sleep. But that's a max I can do to a human being. So this was my outlook. Because what she is suffering is due to her karma. It's not because of me or herself or whatever. So I can be compassionate with her and do what is required, or whatever best I can do. So this is the best I can do. So get into meditation, take the pain and then throw it out. That's the max I can do. So that was the change between then and now. So like that we can keep on working on the guna. I don't know, Padma Shri is on a, what is that? On hold mode. Any comments from you, Lata?
No comments. I can understand what you are trying to say, and I am also trying to practice. So, both my parents are not well, right? So
Correct.
I can practice all this. I was doing all that when I was in Trivandrum also.
Yeah.
Trying to see what best I can do and not get upset.
Yes. So then last verse in this, before we end.
Yeah, my learning is also earlier when people used to suffer around me, say my close family, I used to feel like as if I am suffering. Now I am able to relate that one to, because of their karma, they are going through that and they are clearing that karma part. So what best we could do, yes, do it. Beyond which you have no control.
Correct. Very right. Yeah, Padma Shri, you wanted to say something.
No. What I was trying to say is, if you don't get upset, you move one step forward. I don't say that people have to get upset, but the very fact that you have to do something and you are doing that thing, keeping in your mind, because you're bound by the fact that you have to do it. That itself is an attachment, is what I'm saying.
No, you're doing it as a human or as a being is.
We say that. No, I fully agree with what you're saying. But just imagine if two things. If you're just human, and then if it is somebody else who needed to go, or somebody else who needed to get it doesn't have the same reaction in us. And meaning we get up correctly, we do the things correctly to see to it that something is achieved for the others. So that is a duty. It is an attachment. It doesn't come without an attachment. Because we don't do that for everybody, right? We do it for the ones which are closest to us. That is an attachment. You may call it not an attachment, it is a duty, but duty itself is an attachment. Yeah, I'm not saying getting upset. Getting upset is okay, meaning we have moved forward. Yeah, getting upset is one step behind, meaning we try to think that we take their suffering on us, but that never happens. You can never take suffering of somebody on us. So being not upset is correct, but still we are having a duty. That duty, as long as we are attached to, we have some amount of attachment.
Yes, indeed. The duty is an attachment. Duty is a burden for sure. So that binds. I 100% agree. So one thing what we can do as a experimentation or from the knowledge what we are getting out of Bhagavad Gita is to implement this guna watching. It works. So if we can do it all the time, best thing. If we can do maximum amount of time is also good. It certainly helps. So that is one of the way of getting out of it.
Yeah, Vishal, you are telling the awareness, meditation is nothing but watching guna.
Yes.
Because that was not a part of my so far study with respect to the Vedic way. Vedic way is different, right? So this is awareness, and I fully agree, and it is really convincing.
Yes, when you watch the guna, you are
This is
really...
meditation. You are asking us to do meditation of awareness about the gunas.
Yeah, sorry, Padmashri.
It's okay. I barged it. No, what I wanted to tell is, at this juncture, I remember the Mahabharata story. You just see Krishna is close to Arjuna, and they are like friends, and he has helped to see to it that Subhadra marries Arjuna. Everything is he is close to Arjuna, but still, when it came to the war, he gave Duryodhana and Arjuna equal opportunity to see where he wants to go. That is the devoid of attachment that he can show. Because anybody else would have been, nobody even would think that Krishna will even give an opportunity to Duryodhana. Meaning, you take something similar in the present day world. It is impossible for us to think to help somebody else, especially the rival of your friend, your close friend. You give that equal opportunity. Whether Arjuna knows what is the capability of Krishna, Duryodhana knows what is the capability of Krishna is different. But Krishna himself knew his own capability, and he knows that he will be in the path of Dharma. But then he still gave an equal opportunity to both of them. That I felt is being. He did not feel that his duty is towards Arjuna. He did not feel that his duty is towards Arjuna. He gave the equal opportunity. Then the Duryodhana chose. Then he came to Pandava's side. So I feel like that. If we are there, then we know how to be in a world where we can do things, but without getting attached to that duty. I feel that was a very relevant thing for me, but then it's impossible for me to think that at a juncture like that, we will be doing something like that.
Correct. So that is a practice. Okay, so we have 1 minute left. Then we will meet tomorrow with... Next verse is very simple. So he ends it. So this 6 verses were very good. So I was thinking about our mindset, how we think and how this can help us. Yes, but you are right that this is what is called as mindfulness meditation. You are mindful of everything what is happening.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So
Thank you, Vilas.
Thank you then. Yeah, see you.
Thank you, Vilas.
Yeah, thank you. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.